What's going on, Jeromes? It's a beautiful Friday. The weather is starting to get crisp. Football season is upon us. Allegedly, there was a football game last night, and I don't know. I don't really count the results of this game, but it's okay. I mean, Kadarius Toney, here you go. Here, Lions. Oh, their offense is so big and bad. It's so innovative. Oh, Jahmyr Gibbs, he's going to be playing a position that no one's ever seen before. Please. Again, I guess we have to wait a week to completely discard the hype around the Lions. I still don't buy it. I still think the Vikings win the division very comfortably, but it's all right. Let Lions fans have their moments. They haven't had many in the last, 50, 60 years? It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. But freaking Kadarius Toney, come on, man. Come on. But some random Vikings and also NFL tidbits on this fun Friday, so here we go. So jumping Joe Burrow, the second best player on that 2019 undefeated LSU team. Jamar Chase is number 3. Randy Moss's kid is number 4. Anyways, Schefter, go. A record deal jumping Joe Burrow has reached agreement with the Bengals on a 5-year, $275 million extension that includes $219.01 million fully guaranteed, making him the highest paid player in NFL history, sources tell ESPN, which is fantastic. It's good to see a team take care of their franchise player right before the start of the season. Now, again, today will be a beautiful, wonderful day for the Vikings to extend Justin Jefferson long term, but we'll see what happens. But, the quarterback money keeps going up and up and up. And, looking at team valuations, looking at revenue streams that the league is getting from, new merchandise as well as new TV deals, I mean, as unpopular as it sounds, I think the players actually might be underpaid. But Joe Burrow, respect, is one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League and gets taken care of. And props to the Bengals, where the Bengals have been known as one of the cheapest teams in the National Football League. But them agreeing to this deal and also the fact that they have to put in a large chunk of that guarantee in escrow, I mean, that's a big-time move, man. Also moving is, unfortunately, Brian Asamoah, who missed time in training camp or preseason with a shoulder injury. Maybe it's not 100%. So this is from Vikes fan page. There's a sense that Vikings linebacker Brian Asamoah's shoulder injury isn't 100% per Darren Doogie-Wolfson, which may lead to more snaps for Ivan Pace Jr. The injury isn't significant enough to appear on the injury report anymore, but it is something to monitor. Flores and Hicks and Asamoah will play the majority of inside linebacker snaps, but don't be surprised if Pace is mixed into the rotation as well on Sunday against the Bucks. And Flores has come out and said that it will be Pace and Hicks starting, Asamoah and Hicks starting, but I'm sure that Pace will sneak in there quite a bit, especially on passing downs, where Pace's pass rush prowess at 9.5 sacks, last year for the Bearcats. His prowess rushing the passer from the off-ball position is very well noted, but something to monitor as the Vikings. Not the deepest at off-ball linebacker. I mean, there's 3 dudes, 2 dudes, 1 dude that I really trust on the field as of right now. Someone that, all right, so I don't know why Patrick Peterson does this, right? So Patrick Peterson is obviously going to be a Hall of Famer, maybe even future first ballot, but I don't know what it is. Maybe he's trying to build up his media personality. Him and his cousin, Brian McFadden, do a great podcast, All Things Covered. But I don't know why he just gives the other team bulletin board material. So, Dov Kleeman, go. Steelers cornerback Patrick Peterson, which still sounds weird, but predicted that he will get an interception against 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy on Sunday because he claims their offense has tell signs. Purdy has responded with, "We'll see." Brock's full response, blah, 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 blah. So what was funny, again, this picture of Patrick Peterson back in the day, with the Cardinals, paying for his own dinners. Brock Purdy, growing up as a Cardinals fan, just pretty damn hilarious, man. But I don't know why Patrick Peterson does this. This has got to piss Tomlin off, because it's really just setting himself up for failure. There really is no upside of this. It's like, oh, hey, you play well against interception, cool, awesome. You get the same amount of plaudits as you would have gotten if you kept your mouth shut and said nothing. But now, putting down the gauntlet, all of a sudden, if Brock Purdy shreds the Steelers defense on the road for 304, it's going to be rough. Or Patrick Peterson gives up a long pass connection, like he would have last year, a 75-yard touchdown to Christian Watson, except Watson dropped it, first pass play of the year. It's going to be rough. And Patrick Peterson, a little bit long in the tooth. Like this is not Patrick Peterson from 7 years ago. Like Patrick Peterson does not have the skill set to back this up, but I guess we'll see. We'll see. Something that should have been backed up is 49ers Kyle Shanahan once tried to trade the number 3 overall pick for Kirk Cousins, says Father Mike. Now, they're not talking about the number 3 pick where they took Trey Lance, a couple of drafts ago. But they're talking about the 2017 draft. Kyle Shanahan just got to the Niners, and they had the number 3 overall pick, they had 2, and then they convinced the Bears to trade up for Mitchell Trubisky-Ponder. But they took Solomon Thomas, who obviously did not work out, but he was trying to trade the number 3 overall pick to Washington for Kirk Cousins. And if this is true, I have no idea why this stupid football team did not trade Kirk, who was going to leave in free agency the next offseason and sign with the Vikings, why they didn't take this deal. Because Kirk had been playing on back-to-back franchise tags in Washington. Again, Daniel Snyder and all of his genius, the only guy that he never gave stupid money to was Kirk Cousins. Lots of money at Curtis Conway and Danny Amendola and Albert Hainsworth and also the remnants of Bruce Smith. But Kirk Cousins, nah. So whatever that. But what could have been? What could have been? I mean, again, if all this talk about Kirk this is all shut down after they traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. But I mean, if they would have made a significant trade offer while he was quarterback of the Vikings, maybe. But now Kirk's improved, and now we got Kevin O'Connell, and he's the best chance for the Vikings to win games this year. So that ship has sailed. Plus, the Niners have the 11-year-old boy Brock Purdy. There you go. Stick with Kirk. So last year, after the Vikings defeated the greasy, grimy Green Bay Packers in a legitimate win, as opposed to whatever the hell this was, people roasted Kirk Cousins in the post game because he's wearing the Kohl's Cash shirt. And if you watch the quarterback documentary, Kirk's wife Julie said that she dresses him for the post game pressers and all that stuff. But we were wondering, like, when would Kohl's come through? Like, Kohl's is a stupid Wisconsin corporation, so maybe they're like, you know what? We're here and in the state of Wisconsin, and we don't want to sponsor a Minnesota athlete. But apparently they came through. So Julie Cousins posted this on Instagram stories yesterday. 70 pounds of Kohl's clothes in there for Kirk Cousins. Who's ready to see his look Sunday? Now, Kohl's, maybe this isn't like a full-on sponsorship. Like maybe Kirk won't appear in their ads like the Tim Pop Petran's Dictator, but Kohl's getting it done, man. And also, who needs free clothes more than a guy who's earned like $500 million through his NFL career? It's okay. Again, not trying to make this a class warfare thing, but if Kirk and Julie turn around and donate this to Goodwill, I think that would turn around and make a lot of goodwill with the fans. Not saying, I'm just saying. Also, speaking of good deeds, so Alexander Mattison, who set up a great charity, school supplies for underprivileged kids 2 years in a row, got some credit for it. Ben Gessling, go. The NFLPA named Vikings running back Alexander Mattison its Week 1 community MVP after Mattison provided more than 250 kids in both Minnesota and his hometown of San Bernardino, California, with backpacks and school supplies at events through his I Am Gifted Foundation this week. So, fantastic work, and Mattison has been very active running camps, doing things in the community, and I think he could and should be the Vikings Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee this year, and I love to see what Deuce is doing in the community, and also Deuce is going to drop a deuce on the Buccaneers Week 1 and the entire league as he moves into running back 1 status with the Vikings. Speaking of running back 1, so wide receiver 1 in NFL history, by the way, Randy Moss in a new ad for Tostitos and Pepsi, I guess. Sure. So what it is, a bunch of old-time players think about, hey, what if we made a comeback and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. And Randy Moss, not gonna lie, Randy looks good. Although, obviously he didn't play in this style of uniform with the Vikings, but still looks pretty good. And also, I do like the purple jersey and purple pants look, purple motif. And we looked at some pictures earlier in the week where Randy Moss is looking pretty old. But, those were some close-ups. But I think that he looks pretty damn good right here. Where, I mean, the Vikings are obviously very deep at receiver with JJ and Addison and KJ and Naylor, etc. But, I mean, could you give us like 5-7 snaps a game, Randy Moss? Like, do you still have the go up and get it ability? Like, Kirk needs a tall receiver? I don't know. There you go, man. But that's it. Vikings Friday news dump. Do not count this. Do not count this game at all. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Kohl, production value.